rest of us feeling a bit, you know, this horrible sort of the weather's not so good. Christmas is a little bit too far away. Dr Hilary and Dr Amir are back. I certainly just feel it's a bit blah.
It
Shall we
is,
say that?
it is. So it's mainly down to shorter daylight hours.
Right.
Makes us feel more sleepy. We might sleep longer but still feel fatigued all day.
Very much so.
Mood is a bit low, we're feeling a bit down. So we can call it seasonal affective disorder or winter blues.
Right.
Millions of people suffer from this. A craving for stodgy foods is another common symptom. So
Absolutely.
people gain a bit of weight.
Yeah.
You know, we tend to drink a bit too much alcohol this time of year. But, you know, we just feel generally depressed.
Just blah.
And
medical term is blah.
Blah. That's the one. That's the one. I recognise that. There's a lot of it about.
There is a lot.
Luckily, you know, Amir has all the...
Yes, Amir, what can we do? Just, you know, just right away to make us feel better.
OK, right away, maximise your exposure to that sunlight. I know there's not much of it around, but when it is there, try and go out in it. So whether that's taking the dog for a walk or going out with your friends for a walk rather than meeting them for a coffee inside somewhere, do it. Or if you're at work like I am, I try and go out for a 15-minute walk between my morning and afternoon surgery. My hospital letters and bloods will still be there when I get back, but I'll be much more effective. So do that. Stay active. I know the temptation is to stay on your sofa and watch a series on Netflix, but try and get outside and stay active because it includes like endorphins in your brain, which make you feel so much happier. And stay connected to people. Again, you want to stay indoors. You don't want to go outside, but meeting people and chatting to them and socialising, so good for your mood and your mental health.
Well, you're absolutely right. I was dragged kicking and screaming to paddle yesterday by my husband, and I was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. And I felt so much better. Hilary, I felt so much better. You've said this to me all the time. When you're feeling really tired and fed up and you just want to not do anything, that's when you should do something.
Exercise is really good.
So much better.
So just like natural sunlight, you raise levels of serotonin, the happy hormone, and you decrease levels of melatonin, the sleep hormone. So exercise in the fresh air, in daylight hours preferably, is really important.
And we were outside for paddles like tennis, except it's not quite as intense.
It's between squash and tennis.
It kind of is.
So the ball comes back to you.
It does come back to you more easily, and it was great fun. We were all pretty much rubbish, so that was good. You want to be people.
You get better.
Immunity is really important. What can we do to
this time of year? So it's cold and wet. People flock together in the warmth, so respiratory viruses spread more easily. So I mean, the first thing you can do is to get vaccinated against the flu. It's the best protection against flu jab.
Sure.
So have I. Then I think, you know, never forget the importance of sleep. Adequate sleep is good for your immunity. Vitamin D, which Amir is going to talk more about in a moment. Vitamin D is the immunity, the sunlight hormone, if you like, which we don't produce enough of during the autumn and winter. So that's important. But I think, you know, remember that alcohol, if you have a session on the alcohol, that depresses the T cells, the immune cells, which fight infections, even in the very short term, over a few hours. Wow. So that as well. So it's about exercise. It's about, you know, making sure your diet is healthy, maybe think about some supplements like vitamin C, zinc, as well as your vitamin D. All these things can help to support your immunity and keep you as fit as possible.
And vitamin D, Amir, why is that so important?
Vitamin D is really important through the winter time because we get most of it through sunlight. Our skin makes it, but because there isn't enough sunlight, we need to supplement it. So if you haven't already started taking your vitamin D supplement, now is the time to do it. The NHS recommends 10 micrograms or 400 international units a day. Don't bother with expensive brands, just get whatever the cheapest brand is and take a vitamin D supplement. Really good for immune health. It activates immune cells. It helps with protective barriers in the skin, the gut, the lungs, and studies show that people with adequate vitamin D levels have less coughs and colds. Now, one of the questions I always get asked, Lorraine, is do I need to take magnesium and vitamin K2 with my vitamin D? And the answer is yes and no. So you do need magnesium. What that does is activate vitamin D. It turns it from its inactive form to its active form so it can do all of its jobs. You don't need to take it in a supplement, though. You can get magnesium from loads of healthy foods like dark green leafy veg, nuts and seeds and whole grains. Vitamin K2 is important as well because one of the jobs of vitamin D is to absorb calcium and take it to the bones and teeth and make them nice and strong. What you don't want is that calcium building up inside of arteries and organs. Vitamin K2 directs it away from them into your bones and your teeth. But again, get it from food rather than supplements. So things like eggs, cheese, liver, and fermented foods have vitamin K2 in it. And that way you get all the benefits of those foods as well as just those vitamins. But vitamin D, definitely supplement because there isn't enough in food.
Right, got it. You have got a drink for Hilary and I to try. What's in this then?
Right, this is a brain-boosting drink.
Brain
so
booster,
it's got
good.
Oh, we need that.
some almond milk in there, and the secret ingredient is cacao powder, raw cacao powder, full of antioxidants, improves blood flow to the brain, and stimulates kind of focus. A shot of espresso for more focus, and honey just to balance out the bitterness of that cacao powder. Has to be cacao powder, not cocoa powder. Cacao, beautiful, enjoy. Cheers.
Do you know what? It's actually really nice.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. And Amir's got some in his solarium there. Look,
He
looks like
hasn't.
he's in a solarium.
It's good. Thank you, Amir. Thank you so much, and thanks, Hill. So just
Lovely.
get outside,
Exercise.
and exercise
With one of these.
One of these. Happy days.
And some vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Looking for more health and wellness content? Well, there's plenty more really useful information right here on our channel. How about you check out this one?